The universal accordance. The four pillars of existence. Moidala is the universal accordance, which is the supreme harmony, order, balance, and the unerring scale within the universe. It is the soul, the ontological and inherent nature, and the very body of the universe. Simultaneously, it acts as the universe's justice, its decree, and its regulator. Through this flawless accordance, the order is manifest, and this order is the road itself. In the universal accordance, existence, that is, presence, consists of four groups. There is no fifth. Anyone claiming a fifth is either using a crooked ruler, is a merchant of dreams, or has lost their mind to the allure of entertainment. These four are the unshakable skeleton of existence. The crooked ruler. Now begin to test what I'm about to tell you using the Feraset ruler and the points I have given you so far. If the information I convey does not align with the accordance, if it drowns you in complexity, or if it constructs a scheme of self-interest, then strike down my words as well with the sword of your Feraset. 1. Absolute existence. Absolute existence is the reality known through intellect, yet it is inevitable, unchangeable, untransformable, unpreventable, and irrefutable. Examples include the fact that the moment is the absolute now, the occupancy of matter, or the initiation of an act by stamina. These are not inventions. They are discoveries. 2. Perceptible existences. These are specific, material, and concrete realities that are irrefutable, perceived and measured through the five senses. Examples include the realm, matter, energy, and light. These are not inventions. They are discoveries. 3. Spiritual existences. These are realities, existences known through the intellect, their consequences, and through feeling. They cannot be known or measured by the five senses. Spiritual existences are only felt. They cannot be defined with absolute precision. They do not occupy space like matter, yet their absence cannot be claimed. They are the realities that give meaning to action through feelings. Spiritual existences assign meaning to both absolute and perceptible existences. These are not inventions. They are discoveries. Even if they are denied, they remain in the accordance of the universe just as they are. Spiritual existences are the invisible columns upon which the universe is built. Examples: intellect, soul, intelligence, memory, love, fear, affection, sorrow, will, and similar realities. 4. Abstract existences. These are existences dependent on the mind. Abstract existences. They are inventions. They cannot be measured, yet they measure. They cannot be felt, yet they are conceived. These are recognized only if the mind exists, otherwise they remain unnoticed. Abstract existences are the labels we sprinkle over the accordance of the universe. They are the names we assign. Abstract existences are the mind's way of perceiving and expressing the universe through the five senses and spiritual organs. The intellect understands, while the abstract explains. These include concepts such as morality, justice, honesty, conscience, numbers, mathematics, money, value, information, motion, speed, time, force, language, logic, names, adjectives, goodness, evil, lies, and nothingness. These are the measuring instruments of the mind. Now, exercise your Feraset. Why does the tale of Antartania spread so easily? Because lies usually hide within the domain of abstract existences. A thief cannot escape if caught with the stolen goods in their hand. However, when a liar hides behind abstract concepts like goodness, national interest, or expediency, one requires the scales of Feraset to capture them. If someone speaks to you of an abstract existence, for instance, justice, yet this thing they speak of turns into oppression in the world of perceptible existence, know then that the accordance has been corrupted. Truth is the magnificent balance of these four groups with one another. When you understand this balance, you will instantly recognize who is trying to shackle you with abstract concepts, and who is telling you the honest truth of the universe. Knowing without knowing, point 14. 14. The clerical class, the gatekeepers. If the suggestion you cannot understand, you cannot grasp, you cannot perceive, is being imposed upon you, know that a clerical class has begun to play with your mind. If you cannot understand it, then truly no one else understands it either. The imposition of mediators. If an educated, chosen, or sanctified class is placed between you and the universe, that is clericalism. They are saying you cannot receive the universe's honest message directly. We will receive it, filter it, package it, and present it as an Antartania fruit in a language you can understand. By saying you need to study for years, they trap the individual in a mental labyrinth. Understanding the universe is not a profession or an academic degree. The human intellect and intuition grasp it instantly. For this reason, the language of the universe is simple and clear. The mind reads it effortlessly. The prisoner and the subject at the center of accordance. Now, stop looking at these four groups of existence, absolute, perceptible, spiritual, abstract from the outside, because you are the ocean where these four rivers converge. Human is both the most precious piece of the universal accordance and the being most tightly shackled to it. Humanity exists within a state of absolute freedom and infinite imprisonment. Because the accordance was established outside of your will, this is the infinite prison. Yet, in everything you do by aligning with the accordance, you're absolutely free. You even possess the power to resign from the accordance at any moment. Humanity is present in every realm of these four groups. Through the body, man is a part of perceptible existence. He bows to the accordance, to hunger, and to death. Through the soul and emotions, man harbors spiritual existence. He carries the weight of love and fear. Through the mind, man invents abstract existences. He gives meaning to the universe by utilizing speed, time, and language. And with every single particle, man is a prisoner to the unshakable accordance of absolute existence. You cannot step outside the universal accordance. You can only use your will to push yourself out of its bounds by paradoxically aligning with its very accordance. Biological elimination. If you ignore the accordance of perceptible existence, such as health and nature, the universe will liquidate both your body and your presence. Spiritual elimination. This is the corruption of the spiritual qualities within the subject. It is the failure of the sense of mercy to emerge, or its suppression when the subject commits injustice. If the accordance of abstract existence, such as morality, conscience, justice, and honesty are violated, the soul turns into dross. It continues to exist, but only as a harmful creature, a pest. Its spirituality, its feelings, fail to give the correct response. This is a descent into animalization. An animal does not seek justice or conscience because it lacks the intellect to conceive the abstract. It acts according to the accordance only through its spiritual and ontological nature. However, if a human corrupts the abstract, they continue to exist in the universe only by the grace of a threshold of tolerance. The existence of the subject persists through this threshold. That is, the honesty of the minority carries the rod of the majority on its back for a while longer. If the universe does not immediately issue the invoice for the parasite's immorality, it is not due to a lack of accordance, but because other honest souls in the system are still keeping the accordance upright. But for the immoral, the execution has already begun. It has simply not yet reached its absolute conclusion. Mental elimination. One who pollutes abstract existences, such as honesty, conscience, logic, and truth, with the lies of others becomes an object incapable of discerning reality. Thus, they are tossed about like a leaf in the wind. This does not require biological liquidation, for the subject has already become an object. The threshold of tolerance. A crack in a bridge is not considered non-existent, just because the bridge doesn't collapse immediately. It simply means the honest beams have begun to carry the weight of that crack as well. But when the weight limit is exceeded, the accordance executes its judgment. The absolute and perceptible presence of the universe is mandatory. It is not a matter of choice. A non-compliant subject is liquidated instantly. The spiritual accordance is absolutely the same for everyone. Fear is fear for everyone. Excitement is excitement for everyone. It does not change. Only the reaction to events is relative. The subject's response varies according to the situation. For example, what terrifies one person may not frighten another. The abstract accordance, on the other hand, provides an opportunity for the will. Until everyone commits the same error, absoluteness is not formed. And without absoluteness, biological liquidation does not occur. The good subject aligns with the spiritual and abstract accordance of the universe, does not disturb the balance, and acts accordingly. The evil subject does not align with the spiritual and abstract accordance of the universe. They disrupt the balance and act accordingly. They live like a parasite within the spiritual and abstract accordance of the universe. The objectified subject, however, cannot decide for themselves. Decisions are made about them. Feraset tells you this: stepping outside the universe is not freedom, it is suicide. True liberty is accepting the honesty of the accordance flawlessly and initiating manifested reality accordingly. Be careful. You were taught only the abstract and the perceptible. Clearly, someone wants to sever you from meaning and the absolute, forcing you to exist only between matter and language. Consider yourself informed.